Leaf-set tufts of anemones fully blown, ever after given as the wind's own, and vines wreathing and twining overgrown, and odoriferous blooms in bunches sown. Across the lea and on the moor she shows, along the lane and through woodland meadows. Eve, Mother Nature, yet lives in boughs, and thickets still imparting all she knows. Some flowers close protecting their pollen by sleeping, some at morn, some at even.
The glowworm starry stars come down to ground, gleam the shadowy woods through summer's round.
In fall's leaves flutter through the quiet air, the autumn beam, the sunset of the year. Brown is death's coloring of all that grows, so fairies don't allow it in their rainbows. But beyond the spectrum, where we can see real hues painted Fanta, but Venus shining in broad daylight, knowing where to look as if it were night. Then follow her as the evening star, till with her fiery lover she takes flight.
Just before dawn, amid the dew and moss, elves ride on a moonbeam made of blue gloss, and see the North Star and the Seven Cross in the same sky most all the way across.
How the earth is very old, but each spring it turns young again when nature reinvents it, constructing the temple of for outside. In desert, field, wetland, woodland, and wayside.
Spring kisses the earth, gleaming flowers there, like those whose perfume first scented virgin air. As again the fragrant planet heaven's twirls, Earth's anniversary with flowers fair.
Slake love's thirst for life's earthly endeavor, near a stream where wildflowers grow forever. Flowers influence our feelings, deep they roam, Flora's fairest flowers compose heaven's poem. The pure white flowers of paradise aglow. Only within the subalpine meadow. Not to mention sundrop, saffron, twin flower, pomander, and 1,000 other flowers. For supper, Eve savored salad made from thyme, mallow by belief, and sugar plum. All edible and flavorful flowers, mixed with chervil, lavage, and sunflower. The lavender, rosemary, and sage all release fragrance when crushed by a footfall. So herbs are still on floors to clean and scent. Ordered ornaments, preventing elements. Early sage before it became dilute kept man immortal, an evergreen root. Though now diminished in its once great power, it still keeps us healthful in summer's bower. The proud imperial refused to hang its head at the foot of the cross so vain, and proud of its majestic reign. So now its petals must droop and weep nectarine. Heaven's patron of arts, grace, and license left us sweet-smelling cans with flowered scents and aromas, red dolmens, fluorescence, in flush and prime of days reminiscence. Blooms have eternal life in heaven's blade, an ethereal floral wonderland of everlasting recollections. But then mortal life would never fade. When Eden fell, all elfin creatures too were loosed with Eve into the world anew. Their tenders of the precious flowers few, of the flora that in the garden grew.
There, what uncanny things flock in between, unknown in the shadows there, but unseen.
Their dream visions completing the triad of earth's heavenly things with flowers and love.
Breathe flowered air and you'll never know death. Your incarnate life and eternal wreath.
Breathe ambrosial incense of flowers as fragrant as a fairy's breath.
Eve's elves gave us the taste of strawberry. The messages of the honeysuckle.
The signals of wisteria and the ones neglected memories of rosemary.
And the sweet breath of purple violets within ever voice of rivulets.
And starlit pimpernels that as nice days pass unfold, they are the poor man's weather glass. And brilliant clumps of blue delphiniums, soft irises and sharp nasturtiums,
Dewy-eyed pensings, velvet smooth and dear, and lilies of the valley, there eased tears.
He's carried myrtle to mean in perfume, to rouse beauty from her watery tomb. Myrtilla rose from the sea in old Greece, adding myrtle sprigs to the laurel wreath. The arts were first born from the acanthus.
In the wreaths of it made at ornaments,
They're engraved in the columns of Corinth as Greek architectural ornaments, fervent too with the power that enchants. It brings on visions of the sweet romance,
gathered as druids did by inner sight, when Sirius rose against the moonless night.
orange blossoms a generosity shower, being at once fruit, foliage, and flower. They bear the legendary apples golden, often guarded by a ne'er sleeping dragon.
For remembrance Eve brought us rosemary, the lily too white for its purity,
And the tulip, which does declare its love by the truth which it is the beauty of. But all the flowers mentioned herein above would not have made this life worthy of. So we took the rose, the bloom of love, right under the eyes of heaven above. The rose was pure white when it first was born, until she kissed it with her ruby lips. Or came it red when Venus fell on a thorn, rushing to the aid of struck a knows the earth is rich forever. It's born from spring's dying kiss to summer, and where's all the gems that the dew has reaped, blooming wherever summer's breath has make love to the flowers of May. The woods burst with the joy of each bouquet.